Welcome back to the Fanboy Cantina. In this video, we're checking out the G.I. Joe Classified Tiger Force Outback, a Target exclusive. Outback was first released as part of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero in the 80s. And when he came out, he was in stark contrast to a lot of the other figures as part of the franchise at the time. We started to see more space themes or other types of fantasy themes. Here you've got a character where he's just got a t-shirt that says survival on it. He's got that reddish orange hair with a headband, cool accessories, really cool action figure. And over the years he came out in slight different variations. You've got the Night Force version of Outback. You have some other versions that were part of the Eco Warriors or Battle Corps line. But this one is particularly unique, the Tiger Force Outback. I was really surprised that G.I. Joe Classified was going to get the Tiger Force Outback character. So with this video, thought I'd talk about the original Tiger Force Outback and the new one. So this is my G.I. Joe Tiger Force Outback. I bought this on the shelf. I did not go to eBay or anything like that. eBay didn't exist when I bought this. I picked it up in the late 80s. I was on vacation with my folks in London. Super fun trip. I had my first Guinness out there. A lot of fun. And at that age, right, I wasn't buying toys to play with them, but I still had an interest in the G.I. Joe, brand. So went to the department store and saw this. It was so different, so odd. Why does Outback have white hair? Why is he in Tiger Force? So I had to pick him up along with Tiger Force Psych Out. So on the front of the card, you can see G.I. Joe, the Action Force. So it's in that period, right, where it switched from Action Force to here G.I. Joe, the Action Force, to then G.I. Joe. First, taking a look at the art. So you've got the Outback art, but with noticeable differences, right? He's got white hair. He's got the orange t-shirt with the tiger print instead of the white survival shirt. But also look behind him, right? So instead of the more traditional Tiger Force design, it's got these like crackly stripes, these orange stripes, these tiger-like stripes. So that's very different and not like the Tiger Force design in the States. Other things of note on the card, obviously it's got the Tiger Force logo in the upper right-hand corner. And on the side, this is from that era where G.I. Joe had real-life weapons with the action figures. So you got the HK G3 rifle, the web belt, and survival backpack in the inventory. So taking a closer look at the head sculpt, it's so great here, right? Because that head sculpt was so wonderful with the orange reddish hair, and now with the white hair, it's just so different and unique. Maybe a little bit Kenny Rogers looking at the time. Post in the comments. I think this was the first white hair or gray haired G.I. Joe action figure. Looking at the rest of the figure, so we've got the orange t-shirt with the tiger design on it. Outback also has camouflage pants, and also you'll notice that flashlight accessory. I always loved this thing, right? And it's same with the original Outback action figure. It was like a bonus accessory. We just looked at that overall inventory list. Flashlight's not listed on there. But how cool was it to have a built-in accessory? And this one's unique in that it's got a white painted lens on that flashlight. With that tiger design on the t-shirt, I will say it is a little cartoony looking. Post in the comments what are your feelings about it. It's a little cartoony for me. And this will become relevant when we look at the G.I. Joe Classified figure. And a final thing of note, you'll notice that the backpack and web gear are a darker brown than the original Outback release. Now let's flip over the action figure so we can see the back of the card. And before we get to the Tiger Force part, this is the overall G.I. Joe, the Action Force line at that time. And check out closely, you'll notice that there are some differences with the line compared to the US release. So among them is, you'll notice that the Sergeant Slaughter Marauders are individually carded. That was a 3-pack in the US. The Battle Force 2000 line, there was a single carded version of that, but for the masses, it was a 2-pack of action figures. So here, all of them are individually carded. So Tiger Force consists of Lifeline, Roadblock, Duke, and Tripwire, but in this European release we also have Psych Out with black hair and Outback with gray hair. From the description, Tiger Force uses captured Cobra vehicles and re-outfitted G.I. Joe weapons to battle the forces of evil. Each vehicle is specifically modified and camouflaged for perilous assaults behind enemy lines. As for the file card, I believe it's the same file card as the original Outback release, except for the Tiger Force references in there. It's got the explanation of the survival acronym as well. Also some little bits here down at the bottom of the card. So this is one of my favorite action figures that I own. I know that it's rare, right? But it's also so unique and different, and it's got that sentimental layer because, you know, I did pick that up when I was on vacation in Europe. Now, fast forwarding to today, we've got G.I. Joe Classified Stuart Outback Selkirk. This is a Target exclusive, and it's showing as sold out. This was a painful experience where I, along with many other collectors, had to accept, you know, approved delay multiple times. I think I did 4 times, but it eventually showed up at my doorstep. I really like the window box design. I like being able to see the action figure. I understand Hasbro's shift in packaging materials, right? I get all of that, but I like being able to see the action figure inside. The back is kind of uninteresting. As for the artwork, so that is artwork by Hartley Combs, and it's got the unique update here, right, so it can match the gray hair. If you are a mint and mint box collector, this one would not pass muster. You can see at the top here we've got a blemish. This is how it arrived shipped from Target. Some other imperfections about the box, but as for the action figure itself, it is wonderful. For me, this one is all about that head sculpt, and it is just beautifully done. A wonderful rendition of Outback and a beautiful homage to the original Tiger Force Outback. As for the t-shirt, I'm not sure I'm a big fan. For me, it looks a little bit like a college t-shirt, maybe the Auburn Tigers or something. Not sure what they could have done to deal with this. Again, with the original, kind of cartoony, and with this one, it looks kind of like a college shirt. It does make sense that they would have to update the Tiger Force logo. Outback does not have camouflage pants, but instead a dark green color. I'm thrilled that they remembered the flashlight. It's the same style of flashlight. Also, this is a nice touch. Outback has a knife sheath in his boot and a removable knife to go with it. And finally, there is the dark brown backpack, and you'll notice those posts on the side. Those are perfect for holding the accessories. Overall, I am really pleased with the G.I. Joe Classified Tiger Force Stuart Outback Selkirk action figure. Say that 10 times fast. I think it's a wonderful homage to the original. I think it's a great looking action figure, and I wish that G.I. Joe Classified would do file cards instead of this code action of theirs. But overall, a wonderful action figure. Post in the comments, what do you think of this action figure? Is it going to find its way into your collection? As always, thank you so much for watching. Please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. This has been the Fanboy Cantina.